When you see this, this, or this, you probably think of tycoons. Back 10 years ago, when I was a certified iPad kid, these were the first games I ever played on Roblox. So during that time, I always dreamt of making one of my own. So today, I am finally doing it. I'm giving myself 24 hours to create an entire tycoon that could go viral. No tycoon kits, no sleep, and no giving up halfway when the code breaks. And the final result, well, let's just say I was not expecting it. But how do we start and find our winning tycoon idea? Well, let's find a sad excuse for work and play some tycoons. In fact, there's even a ton of subgenres like management tycoons, button tycoons, and tower tycoons. I mean, even grow a garden and steal a brain rot are technically tycoons, so we have quite a lot of choice to be inspired from. And it wasn't until I played even more games that I discovered a style of tycoon I didn't even know about. So I found this type of tycoon that has one giant conveyor and droppers you can unlock and upgrade. The drops all funnel into here and you can ship these crates off for money. I think this could work well actually. Wait, I have a really cool idea. So this is my singing brain rot. Yeah, I hate brain rot as well, but just stay with me. Check this conveyor out. I think we could combine both tycoons into one. Eureka! I had an idea. But what could the theme be? What about monkeys? Wait, no, that's stupid. I guess ducks would work as well. So it was decided. I was going to make a duck farm tycoon, where you can buy ducks from a conveyor, hatch them, and they drop eggs that you sell for money. But now I had to not only make this entire game in 24 hours, but release it in hopes it goes viral. What could go wrong? A lot. A lot could go wrong. First things first, let's sort out a plot system. I'm very familiar with these, considering I've made like 3 games with similar systems. I'm sure you guys are bored of it, so let's just get through it quick. After building a very rough outline for the plot, I got to work scripting. Hopefully this won't take too long. In fact, it didn't. I managed to crank it out in just 20 minutes. I got to sprucing up the plot. Okay, so this is what we've got for now. Don't worry, it'll look way cooler later on, I hope. The plot for now was good, but we're kind of missing something crucial. We don't have any way of getting ducks, so it was time to move on to creating the egg conveyor. Let's just get something real simple down for now. And 15 minutes later, okay, I feel like that shouldn't have taken so long, but it's done. Before we move on to actually coding it though, we need some eggs. And I do not want to use Roblox's boring egg mesh. As much as it is overused, I really like the pixel style eggs, so let's make some. So I had a crack at it. Get it? Crack, egg. Get it, guys? Where are you going? You know what? I think this is cool. Let's union this bad boy. The egg was complete, but it looked hella boring. So it was time to start spicing them up. I mean, there is no way I'm going to be eating gray eggs. But then again, I'd rather my egg wasn't purple either. And here we go. I found out that you can use decals to create a gradient on the eggs too, which is so cool. Nice. We have some eggs. And we'll be adding even cooler ones later on. But they can't just sit around. They need to make their way across our cool plot conveyor. So let's do it. It was time to make the game actually function, and I was so ready. I am not ready. I'm not entirely sure if I should have the eggs spawn in the client or in the server. If you're not sure what the hell that means, then let me explain. If we were to spawn the eggs on the server, it would mean every player is able to see them. Meanwhile, if we were to spawn them on the client, in other words, only your device, only you would be able to see and interact with them. Essentially, do we want our players to look insane and buy eggs that aren't really there? Yes. Yes, we do. Too bad I forgot what the plan was. Wait, I've done this so wrong. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to redo so much of this. Nice one, me. This might take a chunk of time from us, but hopefully it doesn't mean we can't finish the game in time. So about half an hour later, okay, so I'm about to test the game for the first time in 3 hours. Fingers crossed. Nope, we're in the void. Hold on. Second time's the charm. Okay, so this just, I don't even know what's happening. This might take some time to fix. Things were getting kinda better, ignoring the fact that the eggs started spawning in the middle of the map. But after a bit of time and rewriting an entire inventory system, something happened. Okay, they seem fine, but what if I buy one? Yes. Okay, oh my god, let's go. Victory is mine. Victory is not mine. I don't know if me from the past has noticed, but we've just only finished the first game mechanic, and we're already 20% through the challenge already. If I want to get this game done in time, I need to speed up. I need to get things made and then polish them later. But what's the next thing that needs made? We now have our egg conveyor, but we still need to be able to place eggs into our tycoon once we've bought them. And right now, we cannot do that. Okay, so what we need to make right now is a proximity prompt that does not only let the player place down our duck droppers, but also changes the text depending on what you are holding. You'd think, given my almost 6 years of coding experience, this task would be pretty easy peasy living greasy, right? Think again. I think I've hit a brick wall. I don't know. So I've almost got the proximity prompts working, but it ties into the saving system and I have no idea how I should write it. We've already reached the point in the video where talking about the game's code will put you to sleep. So let's simplify this. I'm stuck. I genuinely spent the rest of hour 6 trying to make saving work. It's all boring code garbage. You do not want to see this. So I decided to leave it for now and come back to it later. Hopefully I can figure it out later on. Welcome to hour 7. We have our eggs, but we now need ducks to hatch from them, and currently we have 0 ducks, so... There we go, saved a ton of time. We're now getting pretty far into the challenge, and quite clearly I'm a bit paranoid about time. My plan was to try and speed through as much code as possible to try spend more time on what I suck at, like map building. It may not be the best idea, but either way I got some ducks in. And after coding the entire duck RNG system, it was now time for another test. Okay, so the idea is that I should be able to place one of these eggs into a slot and eventually hatch it into a duck. Let's see... Oh, it just sank through the floor. Okay, hold on. Test number 2. Let's see. Another error, but we're getting somewhere. Test 3. Come on, man. Let's buy this. Pop this guy in here. There we go. No errors this time. Let's go. And if we hatch it... Never mind. Still broken. It looks like trying to speed through the code was not going to plan. And it doesn't help that I've completely overcomplicated the entire system I'm trying to make. Maybe I can try to fix it. So Roblox Studio said it needed to update. It's taken like 5 minutes to reach this point. We're barely even quarter of the way done. As much as this was annoying, it did give me some time to recollect and take a break from the stress of coding. I mean, we're now like a third of the way into the challenge. And you might think what I've done so far is pretty impressive, but the amount of things I still have planned might not be doable at this rate. I was feeling pretty down, but do you know what would help? If you guys would give me a pity subscriber. We're trying to beat Earthlord to 100k, so be sure to click that little button down there. And if you're here early, feel free to hype the video if you're on mobile as well. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, I'm like super sad. I just wasn't so sure I'd be able to beat this challenge. Until... SpongeBob, how are you so motivated all the time? You don't care you're getting below minimum wage, you just do it for the love of the game. I think I need to like channel my inner SpongeBob, my inner SquarePants. When I needed him most, he came to me. SpongeBob SquarePants. I felt a little bit better about the challenge and made a plan to take my time with the saving system and then zoom on with the rest of the coding. So once Studio booted up again, I got straight to work. I changed a single line of code and tested the game once again. Come on, man, let's get this working. We place the egg in, we wait, we hatch. Yo, there we go, look at that. We can pick them up now. Can we place them back? Yes. What about swapping? Yes, oh my god, this is sick. Thanks to the power of SpongeBob, the error had been defeated, which gave me hope as we tackled our next big problem. I decided to continue my break from coding and focus on something I completely forgot about up until this point. Here we are in Figma. Let's make some cool UI. We can start off by making some teleport buttons, one for your tycoon and the other for teleporting you to a duck merchant that we're going to build later on, hopefully. I spent some time trying to make some nice UI. I already made some for previous games, but I feel like I could do way better than the job before. And, well, I think the result speaks for itself. You know what? This is actually so sick. I really like the purple one. Let's get these bad boys into Roblox Studio. And after a quick bit of coding, they work perfectly. But we are getting to the point where I have a ton of ducks that I don't really want. I think our next task can be to make the duck merchant where you can sell all your garbage, worthless ducks. So that's exactly what I did. Starting hour 10, I went ahead and created this cool stall, but I soon enough ran into another issue. Okay, I'm being super picky right now, but I just don't like how it feels to hover over these options. I don't know, it just feels super stiff. I could just ignore it, but I'm me, so let's make some changes. Yes, instead of working on the core mechanics of the game that make it function, I'm now messing around with the subtle movements of Subdoggy's dialogue system. Like genuinely, how much do you think the difference is between animation styles Quint and Quad? Probably not much, but to be fair, I think it paid off. Oh yes, this is so much better. I love that. Now the merchant was complete and you're now able to sell ducks, but sadly I'm selling all of mine because they don't freaking work. And the way to fix that is Droppers, an essential in almost every single Tycoon game. And I can't lie, the ones I come up with for this game are easily the coolest droppers you'll ever see. Just saying. But we need to actually, make them. The plan was to shoot the eggs that the ducks drop using a cannon. I wasn't entirely sure how to make that happen. So I found a video by the legend himself, Sufi Kaner, and got to work coding. So the script is done, hopefully. Let's see if this works. Oh, that's not right. So there's a few obvious problems here, but the one I'm focused on is that the eggs freeze when they get spawned before actually being shot from the cannon. So right now the eggs don't work right, and I think what I need to do is tell the client to throw the eggs instead of the server. In non-stupid nerd words, we need to give the player's device control over the eggs so that when the eggs are shot at the cannon, it looks way smoother. And hey, do you see these ducks that I just picked up? Well, when I joined back, I realized something not so great. Oh my god, why are they there? I picked them up. I think they've duplicated. I don't think I properly fixed the saving system. My arch nemesis was back to haunt me. I was not in the mood to deal with that right now, so I continued moving all the dropper code onto the client, and resulted in this. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. They're super bouncy right now, but that's something I can fix easy. And as cool as these droppers were, I wasn't happy with them just yet. We've reached the halfway point of the challenge. Are we on track? No, but I know we can clutch up and win. So I continue to add a few little touches to our droppers. How are these gonna look? Oh my god, that is so cool. Sadly, this is the thing I'm most impressed with so far. That's so sick. Yeah, sure, this is great. But what's the point in all of it when we can't even sell the eggs the ducks are dispensing? We need something powerful, something revolutionary. A machine so advanced it defies the very laws of duck-based economics. I spent hours meticulously crafting such a prestigious piece of—
Shut up, dude. Just show us what it is.
Is it a monkey?
No, it's just a box. It's a cardboard box. And it allows us to transport all of our eggs to sell. But who do we sell these eggs to? Well, someone who's going to use them to cook up some divine dishes. Allow me to introduce Jordan Ramsey. Yeah, so I built up an area for him to stand and checked if he would accept our eggs. So let's pick the package up. So that's not correct in any scenario whatsoever. All right, there we go, it's fixed. But will Jordan buy these? Yeah, let's go. The main gameplay loop is almost done. But before we move on to map building and smaller details, we have 2 more big tasks to complete. Currently, our game's progression is super slow, meaning we're gonna get 0 players. And something I found out recently is that 0 is actually lower than all positive numbers. So it was time to move on to the next big step. I'm currently trying to make a button we can slap onto each of the dropper slots. These buttons will allow you to upgrade ducks and will make even more money. The buttons looked cool, and after spending some time coding the upgrade system, let's see. There we go, nice. All we need to do now is— Sorry, I was rudely interrupted there by whoever is controlling that. All we have to do now is upgrade the duck when you click the button. Should be easy, right? Okay, so I'm having issues making the upgrade system, and I do not know how to fix it. When picking up ducks and moving them to other slots, their level resets, and I had no idea why. It honestly felt like every issue I ran into, it added up on top of avoiding the saving system. I was essentially digging even deeper down the hole that I was stuck in. I have made a fucking mess of this, dude. I'm so stressed out. Let's test this. No. How about this? No. Oh my god, man. We're now 2/3 of the way through our time, and I was stressing hard. I knew that there was only one way to try and recover this challenge. Finally, fixing the saving system. So, remembering what I learned from SquarePants, I was ready. Ready for a grueling journey to fix this godforsaken system. Wait. Don't tell me I just had to change this to a string. Alright, so let's try this. If I level up this guy and I move him to another slot, does it save? You're joking. Oh my god, it works. Let's just hold the freaking phone, okay? You're telling me that I've spent this whole challenge stressing and avoiding this broken system just to find out that all I had to do was change a single line of code. You win, Roblox Studio, you win, whatever. It's fixed now, which means we can finally move on to our last system before the real fun begins. Our final coding task should be an easy one. Mutations. Let's just make a simple golden mutation for now. After that, I got to work coding it in. Dude, this TYCOON module is now over 600 lines long. That's insane. But the mutation code didn't take too much time, so let's give it a test. Okay, so here's the golden egg. Nice. Now let's plop it down here, and when it hatches, it should be a golden duck. Nice. This was surprisingly easy. I like this change of pace. And there we go. The game is done, right? No. If we want our game to go viral, we need to make sure it feels good to play. So it was time to bombard this game with Fancy effects. Cue the montage. Okay, interesting choice of music. What happened? What happened to the montage?
Oh, yeah, we didn't have enough features to fill up the whole montage.
Oh, right, yeah, well, okay. The game now feels a lot more lively. And we have our final eggs. Mythic, Godly, and Astral. Progress was starting to look good. We were actually getting close to turning this challenge around and winning. But we're not done quite just yet. Because we have a huge task to complete if we want this game to blow up. So after speeding through a bit of monetization, it was now... Okay, so I know we still have a lot to do, but I thought I'd quickly add this. Check it out. He has little quips when you sell stuff to him. Look at this. I think I've captured his mannerisms well. Right. Thanks, mate. That's something he'd say, right? I know. I'm ashamed as well. Instead of powering on because we have 5 hours left, I am quite frankly dilly-dallying with the most pointless, minute details ever. But what's next on the list? Well, something that I really enjoy in games is an index that shows you how many items you've collected. So let's try that ourselves. I've actually already made one for a previous game, so let's just take that, I guess. It'll take a bit of tweaking, but hopefully nothing too time-consuming. Okay, so it was a little bit time consuming, but we now had not only our index, but a shop too. And with 3 hours left, surely we can finish our final task, the map. It's always the map with me, I swear to God. I started by creating a gap between the tycoons and the duck merchant and pasted in a bridge from, yet again, a previous game I made. Next up was the water, some paths, and some borders around the map. Okay, so the map is fine for now, but we need some foliage like trees, flowers, rocks, and such. I found some really nice assets to use in the toolbox and was about to start placing them around. Notice how I said about to. Surely I didn't run into an issue that would change the course of this entire challenge. My plugins aren't loading and I'm freaking out. Let me explain. To make decorating maps easier, I use a plugin called Brush Tool. It allows you to create templates of models and with a single stroke, create entire forests. But now, Roblox has decided that it's the perfect time to break. And a lot of my plugins have just vanished. Meaning, I'm gonna have to place these manually, aren't I? I was not doing great, I was insanely tired, and the pressure was the highest it's been in any challenge I've ever done. So I began placing everything manually. I was so determined to complete this challenge. Nothing was going to stop me, even if it meant I had to place hundreds of assets myself. The final stretch is here, and I've found some much better assets to use than before. Now this looks better for sure. There we go. Wait, hold on. I actually have an idea for the duck merchant. And look at that. I think it's cool. This might be my favorite thing I've made this challenge along with the cannons. And after adding a little bit more decoration, it was safe to say the map was complete. But we now only had 30 minutes left. And there are a lot of smaller things I want to add. So I went to give the game a quick playtest, where I discovered something that would absolutely crush my soul. What? Why is this broken again? I swear I fixed this. In a shocking turn of events, the saving system once again came back from the dead. And with barely any time left in the challenge, I scampered about trying to fix the issue. Wait, so do I need to switch this or something? You have got to be kidding me. I was stressed out of my mind, feeling like a failure. But soon enough, that stress would come to an end. Well, that's it. That's time up. I fucking failed. The challenge was over, and quite clearly I was absolutely crushed by defeat. But you might be wondering, why are we not at the end of the video yet? I've made many 24-hour challenges, and I've never actually failed one before. Surely if I do fail, the game doesn't just go to waste. I mean, who says I can't finish the game and release it anyway, right? I rushed the absolute hell out of this thing, but I mean, it's cool. I want to put it out still. Fuck my own rules, man. Let's clean this up and make it go viral. And that's exactly what I did. Okay, so I think there's been a bit of change. I changed the color of the grass and stuff. We got a little shelter for Jordan over here. We've got a little starter pack here. Got a bit more monetization going on. That's not good. I think all these changes took maybe like, I don't know, a couple more hours. So, you know, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I think it's a cool game. I guess I'll go buy some ads or whatever, and we'll see how the game does. I think I'll give it like a week. I'll give it like a week or something. Okay, so it's been like, what, like 3-4 weeks now, I think? It's been a while. I haven't checked really any stats, but we can see right away these are pretty good. I think they're green. We're gonna check the Robux, but first let's see how many players we got. And as I went to check how the game had done, I honestly felt pretty content. I learned a lot making this game. Not to avoid problems, not to rush, and to have fun with what you do. I mean, the two things I was most happy with are genuinely so small, but I like making my games feel fun and alive. So yeah, as much as millions of Robux would be nice, I'll be happy with anything. Despite the outcome, I think that younger me on the iPad will be pretty proud of what I've been able to accomplish. But enough yap. I'll shut up now and, you know, let's see. This game managed to peak at 158 concurrent players. That's all right. Without further ado, let's check how much Robux we made. So the game, for its entire lifespan so far, for about almost a month, has made 37,000 Robux. That's pretty good. I'll take that. Okay, next 24-hour challenge. Let's beat 37K. Let's go.